Chapter 723, The Most Hated Unfit Family. It starts in the Moon Prison. Maria, Carmen, Gear, and Static were standing outside of the cell of Icky Vicky, the evil side of Vicky. Icky Vicky is now the most hated babysitter in the world. She was really hated because of it. She had all kinds of evil symbols all over her cell, and she had all kinds of evil phrases all over the walls. People that want her to die and go to hell wrote them. Maria saw her and she was so pissed off that it was unbelievable. Maria, you make me sick just looking at you, Vicky. Evil Vicky, you are not pretty either, you bitch. Maria, you have got to be the most disgusting and most fucked up babysitter in the history of the world. You make me sick just looking at you. I hate your guts more than all of life itself. I would rather lick a bathroom toilet that hasn't been flushed for 40 years than have you as a babysitter. You are the worst and most disgusting fucking pile of shit that ever walked the face of the earth. You worthless sack of motherfucking shit-stained filth. Carmen, yet. Go sis. Static, I've never seen Maria so pissed off before. Dear, no kidding. She never got that mad when she was still fighting us. Icky Vicky then went into a ballistic rage and she went into a rant and they had to shut her cell door. She was placed into solitary confinement for the entirety of her sentence because she's pure evil. Icky Vicky was also foaming at the mouth like she was a rabid dog. Maria, I'm sorry you guys had to hear that. Carmen, no worries sis. But that was awesome. Dear, it sure was, Carmen. Later they left the prison. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. In the estate we were relaxing. It was a time of peace and fun. Nico came back from the park and he had caught a numal in a whalerd. We were playing board games, reading books, playing card games and watching TV. Maria, Carmen, Static and Gear came in. Me, hey guys. How was the visit to Icky Vicky? Carmen, oh you should have seen it, JD. Maria ranted the living crud out of Icky Vicky. Dear, check it out. Dear played the whole rant and we cheered for her. Nico, way to show her, Maria. William, way to go, Maria. Arizam, I'll say. Good show. We laughed and then the news turned on. News announcer, we interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this special report. News reporter, last night the Smith family consisting of Harold, Marianne, Bud, and Julie Smith escaped from prison and have now gone into hiding. A major bounty of $100,000 is being offered for their capture. Me? Wow. That has to be the biggest bounty of them all. Nico, it sure is. But who are the Smiths? Me, let's see here. I pulled up the computer and pulled up their info. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. The Smiths are the girls' apparently dull and ordinary but covertly bitter and evil next door neighbors. First, they appear in the episode Supervillain. The average head of household Harold Smith was so incensed by the perfection of the professor and the girls that he became an inept supervillain hoping to defeat them. When his wife, Marianne, invited the girls and the professor over for dinner, Harold took the opportunity to try to destroy them and took Professor as a hostage during the whole dinner, but all he really did was cause a ruckus and ruin the meal. Upon his release from jail in the episode Just Desserts, Harold's family, including daughter Julie and son Bud, joined him as a team of equally inept supervillains, albeit with better costumes, as Marianne's payback for their ruined dinner. They drove a nasty-looking black van with flames painted on the sides of the body, all-terrain, slash-proof, white wall tires with knives mounted on the hubcaps, blinding 3,000-watt headlights, spiked bumper, 5 turbojet engines for optimum speed, 6 liquid titanium rocket launchers, rotating laser cannon turret and a spacious leather interior that comfortably seats a family of 4 to 5. The girls eventually destroy their vehicle with a single punch as they demand to know why they are doing this. Marianne finally explains to them about her vengeance is to destroy the Powerpuff Girls for ruining her dinner. The girls realize that her vengeance is nothing more than a useless reason. As a result, the girls angrily beats them down for the count and they were sent to jail for ruining their home. When the Smiths' house becomes vacant, the Snyder family, which includes a girl named Robin, from Super Friends, moves into that house. Harold, an average suburban factory worker, whose ineffectual and timid exterior hides a secret passion for evil. He had an adapted hairdryer that could melt a person's head, though he never actually had an opportunity to use it. He is a bald man, with a long, banana-like nose and a timid, quivering voice. He wears a pair of square eyeglasses, a pair of stockings, a pair of red thermal underwear, yellow rubber gloves, a holster strapped to one hip, a blue bath mat tied around the neck for a cape, black-rimmed goggles, replacing his square glasses, a hood on top of sparkler. He was arrested by the police for his evil acts that causes his wife, Marianne, to revenge the girls for ruining her dinner. In Just Desserts, he was the one behind the wheel to pursue the girls while carrying Professor Udinium in their house but to wreck everything beneath their home. But after his wife reveals her revenge to the girls, which it was a useless reason, he and his family are being beaten by the girls angrily and was jailed once again, and this time is with his family. Marianne, Harold's very darkly tanned wife, with very light blonde hair. She is very weasel-like in appearance, as she has a sharply pointed nose, features bunched up in the middle of her face, as if they're about to sink in, whose excessive perkiness barely disguises a vicious, shrewish side. She wears a black bodysuit and thigh-high boots, with a black mask and blue gloves as well. She was the one who initiated her revenge in Just Desserts, as the girls easily realized that her revenge about her dinner was just a useless reason just to wreck their house, which resulted herself and her family are been beaten by the girls and are soon jailed for ruining their house. Julie, a simple-minded pudgy little girl with a long blonde ponytail and features that almost look drawn on, whose life revolves around playing jacks. She wears a black ballet tutu with spikes around its edge, a matching mask and toe shoes. Initially she didn't hate the Powerpuff Girls, but joined her family in their revenge after the girls lost her jacks. She and Bud are not fighting like their parents, but she and her family are now jailed after they ruining the girls' house, and her mother's revenge turns out to be a useless reason, which results in them being beaten the girls. Bud, a sullen, green-haired, angst-driven tween with his mother's teeth with braces, who hates everything, especially his boring dad. He wears a black outfit with blue gloves and a green cape to match his hair. He and Julie does not fight like their parents, even he shows his throwing skills after revealing his villain costume. He and his family are now jailed after they ruining the girls' house, and his mother's revenge for her dinner is nothing more than a useless reason, which results them being beaten by the girls. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Blossom, adult. The Smiths were once our next door neighbors before Robin came. They were just an average family. Or so we thought. Bubbles, adult. Yet Lincoln, I would not want to be friends with their son Bud. He looks like he's a total sociopath. Me, he sure looks like the kind of kid that would cause a lot of trouble. Lainey, it looks like he has the beginning stages of antisocial personality disorder. Me, that is a strong possibility. But usually the signs of that disorder don't show until right around the age of 18. Lisa, that is a good diagnosis. Me, but nonetheless I would not want these people as my next door neighbors. We need to throw these people back in prison for good. Very. How long were they sentenced to prison? Me, it says here that they did attempted murder, ransacking and destroying the home of the Powerpuff Girls, attempted vehicular homicide, and breaking and entering. Harold did the attempted murder the first time. But the second time they did the same thing and more. They got a sentence of 75 years in prison without parole and were ordered to pay $10 million in restitution. But upon their release, if they are lucky, they will be deported all the way to Siberia. Vince, wow. That is harsh. I can't believe that they would do that to those kids as well. That's not right. Me, I agree with you, partner. Being shipped off to Siberia is considered a fate worse than death. So instead of prison, we're gonna send the 2 kids to maximum security federal orphanage. Nico, that's a great idea. But how are we gonna get them? Me, I have a plan for that. And we also need to find out what they are going to do. So here's my plan. I huddled everyone together and whispered my genius plan to everyone. My plan was to set up a fake dinner with Harold, Marianne, Bud, and Julie Smith with the Smith family of Langley Falls, Virginia as part of a trap to expose them for what they are. I invited the Smiths of Langley Falls over to the estate and we explained our plan to them. Stan, that is genius JD. Francine, I agree. It just might work. Haley, this is gonna be so awesome. Steve S, I can't wait to kick some butt. Roger, me too guys. Me, okay. Time for phase 1. I went to the telephone and dialed the Bad Smith's number and Harold answered. Harold and Stan set up the dinner and everything was working well. Stan, thank you Harold. Bye. Hangs up, it's ready JD. Me, okay. Phase 1 complete. Now it's time for phase 2. Francine, Stan, you sure that you want to accept Harold's invitation to dinner? It could be a trap. Stan, do we have a choice? Me, don't worry guys. If it is a trap we'll be ready. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We were at the Smith house in the middle of the city. Stan, Francine, Haley, Steve, and Roger went up to the door. Roger was dressed up as Langley Falls' most hated character, the worst persona he had ever created, Ricky Spanish. Woman, whispering, Ricky Spanish. They walked up to the door and knocked on it. Harold, Stan. How nice of you to come over. Make yourselves at home. Stan, thank you Harold. Outside we were hiding inside Cybertron Red Alert and watching through my laptop. Stan had a special camera button on his tuxedo that was hooked up to my laptop. Vince, what do you think Harold is gonna do? Me, I don't know. But we got to find out what Harold and the Bad Smiths are up to. My dark orb detector is picking up a dark orb in that house and Harold is obviously going to use it for something sinister. Cybertron Red Alert, I have a feeling he's going to use something big to kill the Powerpuff Girls for throwing them in prison. Lainey, I have that same feeling too. Red Alert. Stan and his family walked around the house and in a secret room, he found a huge robot that was as big as a normal-size monster that the Powerpuff Girls fought on a regular basis. It also had a dark orb in the middle of its chest as its power source. Lana, wow. That is a massive and cool robot. Lisa, indeed it is. Its craftsmanship is remarkably well built. Me, it sure is. That robot is a huge one. I can't believe Harold is going to use that robot to destroy the Powerpuff Girls. We have to stop it. Then a pizza delivery guy drop up. Lucy, what's that pizza delivery guy doing here? Me, I have no idea. But phase 2 is complete. Phase 3 is now a go. We went to the house. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. During their dinner, the doorbell rang. Harold, I'll get that. Harold went and got that and he saw the pizza delivery guy. Pizza guy, pizza delivery. Harold Smith was currently talking to a pizza guy who came over for some reason. Harold, I didn't order the pizza. Pizza guy, is this Harold Smith? Harold, yes. Also known as the Harold Smith who didn't order the fucking pizza. Pizza guy, then who placed the call? Nico, appears inside the house. I did. Takes the pizza box, it's pepperoni, right? Pizza guy, it sure is. Harold, Nico-chan? What are you doing here? Nico, me? Well, as soon as my friends get here, I'm gonna kick your butts. Then I'm eating this pizza. Then suddenly we smashed through the windows and landed on the floor in an action pose like in the movies. Pizza guy, one of you still has to pay for the pizzas. Nico handed him the money. Nico, to the pizza guy might want to hide somewhere safe. Don't want you and the pizzas to get damaged. Pizza guy, good idea. Thanks Nico. Harold, so Team Loud Phoenix Storm is here. Me, Harold Smith, you and your family are under arrest. Manny, to Julie and Bud, good news, you too. We've decided to let you live. And by let you live, we really mean we're going to throw you into one of our prisons. Helen, but your parents might not get so lucky though. Harold, how did you find us? Alan, oh, Fuzzy said that he's been to your hideout before for a barbecue. Fuzzy, me and one of the big brains of my team simply cross-referenced the number of places y'all visited to find out where y'all were. Harold, damn you, Lumpkins. And Mojo as well. Shockwave, on the contrary, a few weeks after the Loud's worldwide vacation, Mojo Jojo was thrown in prison without his intelligence. It was me who helped Fuzzy find out where you were. Pizza guy, sorry to interrupt. But what exactly was the reason these guys turned to crime again? Nico, it was, come here. The pizza guy came to him and Nico whispered in his ear. Pizza guy, to Harold Smith, dude, you and your family are fucking babies. Me, I agree. Nico, Smiths, you have failed this city. Stan, offended, hey. Nico, not you and your family, Stan. The other Smith family. Stan, oh. Me, I heard you all want revenge on the Powerpuff Girls for ruining your dinner, right? Marianne, that's right. Those ungrateful brats are the bane of our existence. Me, I've seen some supervillains wanting to get revenge for stupid reasons, but that one takes the cake. Stan, you know what the difference is between me and you, Harold? I learn from my mistakes. You don't. Me, you give all good neighbors a really bad name and people like you aren't even fit to be a part of society. Let's take them down. Stan, we'll take these good neighbor charlatans while you go destroy that robot. Me, you got it Stan. Let's go. We went into the garage and we saw the robot. It was a huge robot. Me, wow. It's even bigger than what we saw from Stan. Lisa, indeed it is. Me, let's destroy this monstrosity. We went at the robot and I punched it in the face and knocked its head off. Volcana fired a massive blast of fire and burned its whole right arm off and it melted into a huge pool of molten steel. Thumpback slammed his anchor into its chest and ripped the hatch that had the dark orb in it open and I grabbed the dark orb and crushed it. We all got a massive power boost from it. Me, let's finish this robot off. Combo time. Thumpback, see Captain Accent, time for some power. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. The Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into his device on his arm and it had a massive torrent of water envelope around his anchor. Wide load, my turn. Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his dumper and it split open and turned into a powerful energy blaster. Thumpback and Wide Load, Bermuda Triangle Maelstrom Shower. Wide Load fired a powerful barrage of energy blasts from his dumper blaster and Thumpback fired a massive blast of water from his anchor and the blasts combined and when they hit the robot they enveloped it in a massive whirlpool that was shredding it apart. Skull Cruncher, my turn. Cyber Key Power. The animatron Cyber Planet Key went into his back and his teeth were made sharper than a razor blade and they were longer than a saber-toothed cat and his strength in his mouth was enhanced 2,000-fold. Volcana, my turn. Earth Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into her device and she had sprouted wings entirely made of pure fire and she had enhanced fire powers. Skull Cruncher and Volcana, Phoenix Dragon Fire Bite. Volcana turned into a phoenix made of pure fire and she picked up Skull Cruncher with her talons. Volcana channeled her fire into his teeth and it turned them into powerful teeth from the fire of the Sunday. Skull Cruncher bit the robot in the chest with devastating force and it started exploding. Me, it's gonna blow. Let's get out of here. We got out of there fast. Me, Nico, it's gonna blow. Nico and the good Smiths grabbed the bad Smiths and we ran out of the house and it exploded into a massive fireball. Crab. We got out of the house just in time and we saw that the whole house was completely destroyed and totally engulfed in flames. Me? Wow. That was a close one. Harold. Our house. Me. Now you are going back to jail. This time for good. Marianne. We won't go back without a fight. Stan. You want a fight? Then you will get one. Francine. You have had this coming for a long time, you bitch. Steve S. You give all us brothers a really bad name, you freak. Bud. Bring it on, you asshole. I hate everything. Our auras flared up with incredible power. Me. Fuck you, brat. Steve S. What was that enormous burst of energy we felt? I feel stronger and more powerful. Haley. It's how Team Loud Phoenix Storm gets stronger. They absorb negative energy and convert it into positive energy. It makes them more powerful than ever. Julie. You make me sick, you freaks. Me. Show no mercy, Stan. This city isn't big enough for 2 Smith families. Stan. Let's get it on. Stan punched Harold in the face with incredible power and knocked out all of his teeth. Roger kicked Harold right into his crotch with devastating force and we heard a nasty sickening crunch. Me. Winces. Boo. That's not gonna feel good. Then he fired multiple tranquilizer darts into him. Stan. You're going back to jail, you sparkler-headed asshole. Marianne. Do you all know what you've just done? You made my husband a vegetable and destroyed our home. Skull Cruncher. You brought that all on yourself. Marianne. I thought you were all supposed to be heroes. But no. Instead, you all make decisions based on your emotions and how you feel about people. Everyone else be damned. Maria. Oh, you're talking to us about making decisions based on our emotions? Look in the mirror sometime. Francine punched Marianne in the stomach and kicked her in the face and knocked her out. Haley and Steve rammed Bud and Julie into each other and knocked them out with powerful force. Buttercup. Adult time for a final smash. Spring green netbind. Buttercup. Adult. Fired a green energy net and wrapped the Smith family in it like a bag of potatoes. Buttercup. Adult. To the viewers. You mess with my family and you mess with all of us. Ed. If only we had a sack of potatoes. Eddie. Shut up, Ed. Stan. Time for you to never do crime again. CIA. Brain drain. Stan fired a powerful blast of energy and it hit Harold and sucked every single ounce of knowledge out of his head. When it was done, Harold had his mouth hung open and he was drooling uncontrollably. He was totally brain dead. Police cars arrived and they rearrested Harold and his family. Me. It's back to the stony lonesome for you as swipes. Marianne. We will have our revenge and you will never stop us. Me. Tell it to the judge, you bitch. Officer. Let's go, you clods. Harold and Marianne were transferred to the Uranus prison and sentenced to 40 life sentences without parole. Bud and Julie were placed into a federal orphanage and a special hypnotic re-education program. Harold, Marianne, Bud, and Julie Smith were now called the most hated family in America. Roger Smith. Now that those Smith imposters are gone, can I have some of that pizza? Nico. Sure. They ate the pizza. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete. The Smith family from the Powerpuff Girls was what we all thought was an average everyday family that looked normal. But they were evil in all its stupidity. It's too bad that they were only on for only 2 episodes. What a rip. It would have been awesome to have them on longer than that. Nico-chan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man, as usual. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.